Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got information on the first premium contract that they're going to release in the game. So this is going to be just like the mercenary contract, but a premium tank instead. And this first one that they've ever done is a Tiger 1 hammer, which you should all know because we've earned it twice before, and very, very recently we've earned that Tiger 1 hammer as well. So most people will have this tank, so there probably won't be that much interest in this first premium contract. I imagine they've done the Tiger 1 hammer because since this is the first contract that they're going to do for a premium tank, they want to make sure it works and they want to see how it goes over, how it works, you know, any problems they encounter. So they didn't want to release something unique and new and then have it all screw up and no one can get the brand new unique tank, right? So what they've done is they put the Tiger 1 hammer on in, which most people already have or have already earned, but if there's any problems, people aren't going to be as sad about missing out on it. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you do the contract anyway, you're going to be getting an absolute butt ton of silver, which is really, really nice. And yeah, and I like this premium contract idea. I think it's a solid idea for doing instead of possibly earn ops. I don't know whether they'll still do earn ops as well. Who knows? It's up to Wargaming. But I do like the contract style, and it also will probably give you a little bit longer to do stuff, right? Because I mean that's 20th of September up to the 8th of November, so you're looking at just over a month and a half to do this, which is more than doable. And I mean the stages aren't too bad either, really. So yeah, I really like this idea of having the contracts, having it like a mercenary contract, and I think it'll be also better because when it came to earn ops, you couldn't see what the next stage required until you completed the stage, unless you went on the website. So it puts more of it all in game, so it's more accessible for players generally. They don't have to go to an external website. I think it's better that way. For me personally, anyway, that's my personal opinion on it. And yeah, you receive 3 million credits, 3 million silver for completing this contract and getting the Tiger 1 hammer if you already own it, which is great. And you're probably going to get like, what, 4.6 million credits as well in general for completing this because of what you get in these rewards. So you've got the stage 1 here, which is only do 2,400 XP. And then you've completed it and you get a little bit here. You've got stage 2, which is being the top 5 XP earners in your team and earn 3,600 or more XP in any number of battles. Not the hardest requirements in the world. And also you can complete these in Cold War or in World War II. You can do it in either. Does restrict you on what types of tanks you can play, so obviously that's available to all, whereas this stage is mediums and heavies. You've got stage 3, which is mediums and heavies again, and you destroy 2 or more vehicles while enemy is within 100 meters of you, which that's a heavy tank thing to do. And deal 6,500 or more damage in any number of battles, with 7,200 or more XP in any number of battles. And that will net you a fair few goodies, a couple of silver boosts, a couple of vehicle boosts, med kit, repair kit, fire suppressor, decent little bits of rewards. Then it's deal 13,000 or more damage in any number of battles and earn 14,400 XP in any number of battles. Must be played in heavy tanks. And you get these little goodies here. You get stage 5, which is block 9,000 or more damage. Okay, that could be a pain. Damage an enemy module or crew in a battle 21 times. I assume if it's an enemy module, you just track people. If you track someone 21 times, as in like don't like blow the tracks off and then just keep hitting the track while it's already blown off. You'd have to shoot it, wait for them to put the track back on, and then shoot it again. I assume that'd work, but I don't know. Again, that stage 5 is probably going to be an RNG pain in the ass to do. But okay, but you get three days of premium, which is nice, especially for those that don't put any money into the game, so you get 3 days of premium from it. A bit of silver boost, a couple of repair kits, med kits, and 31,000 or more XP in any number of battles. Again, it's just that's one of those RNG stages. That's not going to be too bad. 31,000. I mean, over in a month and a half, that's not going to be too bad. But that's just going to be a bit of pain, and you have to pick the right tank to do 9,000 damage blocked. So you pick like some of the super heavies, like Mouse, etc., or tanks that you know have got good armor at the tier and will block a decent amount. You've got stage 6, which is land 110 penetrating hits in a number of battles. Again, it'll take some time, but it's not the hardest requirement in the world, and 64,000 XP in that one, and you get 600,000 silver. Nice. And another couple of med kits, repair kits, etc. Then you've got to destroy 90 tanks and earn 136,000 XP in stage 7, and you get 1.5 million silver. So that's 2.1 already here. And then if you already have the hammer, 3 mil. So you're looking at over 5 million silver just for completing the contract and playing the game, essentially. And then the final stage is 288,000 XP for the Tiger 1 hammer, which again, most people already have, and I assume they've just done it just because it's the first time they're releasing the system. They want to make sure it goes off without a hitch, and if there is any problems, they can address it, and most people already have the tank right, so they're not as bothered about it. I assume that's what they're doing. I don't really know. And here's the stage buyouts as well. So you've got, it costs 40 gold for the first stage, 90 gold for the second, 190 for stage 3, 400 for stage 4, 845 for stage 5, 1,790 gold for stage 6, 3.7, nearly 3.8k for stage 7, and 8,000 gold for stage 8. It's a bit weird, because that's more than the tank costs. If we look at the Tiger 1 hammer here, Tiger 1 hammer costs 7,700. I assume that includes the garage slot as well, which makes, obviously it's 300 gold, so that adds up to 8,000. It makes it weird that you go through all those stages and you still have to pay full price at the final stage for the tank. For me, if I was them for doing these stages, if you manage to beat all these stages and get to that final stage, you've slogged through it all and you get to that final stage, that final stage should be something like 50% off, right? For me personally, that's what I think for that. So it's like, okay, I get to stage 8, it's 50% off, it'll only cost 4k gold to buy the tank, I've done all the hard work to get here, and it gets to the point where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to finish this contract, so instead I can just buy it out for half price. You know, I've done all the hard work to get here, that's what I think it should be anyway. It doesn't make sense to me that you do all the hard work and then you still have to pay full price for the tank, or a little bit more with the garage slot. So I kind of wish that that stage 8 was half price, just so that, yeah, once you've done the hard work, and then if you realise, oh no, I can't complete the contract, you can just buy the tank for half price. That would be great, but it's what it is. But yeah, that's the brand new contract for a premium tank, which they are releasing. It's, God knows whether that's going to replace earn ops, or that's how they're going to do earn ops in the future. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's a pretty cool system. To access it, you'll probably have to go to the contract screen page. We'll see when the servers come up. And yeah, you go have fun earning this contract and getting yourself some silver, or the tank if you didn't earn it before. I'm going to include 2 replays as well in this video, so you see what the hammer plays like. But like I say, I've already got other videos on the channel on it. And most of you will already know what it plays like because, well, you probably already earned it. So, I'm going to see you all in the replays. In fact, I'm going to show you quickly just how to get to the hammer contract. You're in the garage just like this. You go over to the contracts tab. You click down. You find the hammer right there. Click A to inspect it like you would any other contract. Hold it to sign it. And Bob's your uncle. You have the Tiger 1 hammer contract started. And you can go and earn this tank by playing through all the stages. And you can see you can skip it, and it will cost 15,000 to skip every single stage. That's way too much. Just play through and earn it, and get all your silver. See you in the replays. So here we are with the Tiger 1 hammer, and it's the first game of 2. We're on Redshire. We're top tier, which is nice, which is always good for a Tiger tank, because, to be perfectly honest, it's a Tiger tank. If you've played through the Tigers, you know what the strengths and weaknesses are. It's exactly the same as all those other tanks. When you're top tier, the gun is really nice, the DPM's really nice, your mobility's a bit but you are a heavy tank, you have no armour. It's the case across top tier to bottom tier, right? And you're going to get absolutely crapped on by tier 8s and 9s generally. You are just a big box of a tank that's easy hit points. But it can be good, like I say, when you are top tier. You can use your really great gun, good penetration, and good DPM to really good effect to punish the enemy team really well, to be honest. Even against tier 8s, you can do that. You just got to make sure that you're not as aggressive and you're sort of in more flanked positions, or you're using the gun more as what it is good for, which is being a bit more of a sniper, etc. like that, because obviously it's got really good accuracy in itself as well, and that's nice. But on the whole, yeah, the Tiger 1 hammer's okay. It's just, it does suffer the Tiger problem of being big and boxy. In terms of a crew on the Tiger 1 hammer, I run a pretty standard crew for a heavy tank, to be fair. I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanic, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and Off-Road Driving. Now, being a Tiger, you could quite happily swap out something like Off-Road Driving for Rapid Aim, because it does have very slow turret traverse. So you could take out Off-Road Driving and put Rapid Aim on to make turret traverse better. It's up to you. Again, it's what annoys you the most and what you feel like the tank probably definitely needs. I run Off-Road Driving just to help the mobility a little bit, help the tank out with its ground resistances, because the Tiger 1 hammer does have the thing that its engine power is worse than the standard Tiger tank, and most of the other variants of Tiger tank, to be fair, which just makes it slower and makes it a little bit more of a pain, generally, to drive about in, so I try and help that as much as I possibly can. In terms of equipment, I run Rammer, GLD, and Optics. Optics to be able to spot for myself. GLD because the aim time is 2.7 seconds, which is really damn slow. And if I put the gun lane drive on, I can get it down to like 2.2 seconds, which is perfectly acceptable and decent, and makes the gunner just a little bit nicer when you're trying to snap shots in. And then the gun rammer or advanced loader or whatever it's called now, to make the DPM as good as possible, because that's one thing that the Tiger does have, and that is absolutely fantastic reload. 4.7 seconds with food boosted, and the 5-second reload without the food boosted in. That's fantastic. With 240 Alpha, you do rip tanks to shreds, and generally the gun's pretty good, except for a shot like that on that Leo, which is kind of annoying. In terms of gun depression, obviously, you have 7 degrees gun depression, which is not bad, like 5 degrees, but it's not great like 9 or 10 or even 8, to be honest. But it's still flexible enough that you can use it on ridge lines, which is decent. So, in this game on Redshire so far, we've pushed along the 3-4 line. We've come across this Sturmpanzer, and well, this Sturmpanzer is going to suffer turretless TDE problems. And that is the first shot we came over and did to him, was track him. And then because we got good DPM, I knew that if I got round him and he repaired, I could instantly track him again and keep him in place. And that's exactly what happened. And the poor old Sturmpanzer got wrecked. We're up to 2.3k damage with 1300 assistance. We're pushed quite aggressively over this way because there just didn't seem to be anything across the A line, which is unusual. Usually there's someone camping at A1. And the tanks that were at CD4 just weren't there anymore. And we obviously killed the other guys as well, which helps a lot. Now we're going for these heavy tanks that we know where all the last 4 tanks are. They're all over this side of the map. And we've got over here, we've managed to see some shots at this Caro P88. We're trying to get a shot in to track him there, but unfortunately we don't get it in. But we do get to shut him down. It was kind of awkward to find the shot there to get him, but it is what it is. We're up to 2.7k damage. The T-34's on top of the ridge. It's like, please, gun. The shell, I mean, that's what I mean about this gun. It wasn't quite fully aimed, but it went perfectly. And just as the shell hits the T-34, it comes up with that weird little bug where it's like, yeah, you killed them. And it's, no, I didn't. The comet killed it. Come on, game. And unfortunately, we didn't get the kill on that guy, but it was flying true. But yeah, that's what I mean about this gun. This gun is really damn nice. The accuracy is good. The aim time could be a little bit frustrating at 2.7 because it is a little bit slow. And my 2 recommendations are either Rammer Vents and Optics or Rammer Gun Lane Drive and Optics. The Gun Lane Drive, like I say, gets it down to 2.2 something, and with a Vents it's like 2.59, I think it was when I was looking. So it's down to you whether it annoys you or not, whether you want to make your DPM even better and everything else about the tank better with Vents, or whether you just want to be able to get your gun aimed in quicker. Which helps you with shots like that on the Skoda T24, which helped us get the kill. And we finished the game with victory, 5 kills, 3k damage, 1300 assistance, ace tanker, high caliber, 1855 base XP. A really nice game for the Tiger 1 hammer. I'd say it's not a bad tank, it's just a Tiger tank. And if you, like I say, if you played Tigers, a lot. If you know what the strengths and weaknesses of a Tiger are, you know how to play it, get yourselves into good positions to use your DPM and stuff like that, you can have a good time. Just try not to be the focus of people's attentions, because that's when the Tiger will start to struggle. Obviously, it does have a good slab of hit points, which is more than a lot of tanks at tier 7, and that's the point of it. It's supposed to have hit points to be able to use to trade decently and have that great DPM, great gun, and yeah, just wreck people with the great DPM and gun. But you are a big, juicy box, and obviously a lot of people will just see you and go, hey, I can pen that, and start slapping shots at you. Now, unfortunately, that shot there at the EBR Hotchkiss, I think it came up with critical damage, so I assume I damaged his wheel, and unfortunately didn't pen it, which means the shell went below the hull of it and just hit his wheel, which is kind of sad. And unfortunately we missed a shot on the links. We're on Prokhorovka, it's a tier 8 game, so at least we're not facing tier 9s, but it's not ideal because tier 8 is still kind of painful. We're going to this little position over here at F3, because I like this little position at F3. You can get over it, you can use your gun depression, and you can start trying to spot and shoot people along the 1 line. We've got this T-44 who snapped a shot into us a minute ago, and is actually using the 122, which is painful. Broke our turret, but we repaired it, and we're just now starting to try and get shots into the KV-3 and the General that's just coming over. Unfortunately, what we were going for there with that General was aiming for his back drive wheel so we could try and track him, because if we tracked him there, he was going to get wrecked. But unfortunately, we didn't quite get to do it. The OI just misses us. Brought to 1200 damage with 760 assistance. And it's like, well, this OI has the problem that he's really easy to pen. We get shot by something from the right, but I'm going to make sure that I'm just putting the hurt in for this OI. He gets shut down by the STA2 Black that is along the 1 line, though, which is decent. And I'm thinking, what shot me there? Was it the General, or was it was probably this Lynx that keeps running up and down the ridgeline? And the Lynx is, if he's not in drive mode, it's pretty decent for hitting those shots on the move, so we've just got to be careful, because obviously he's not going to struggle to pen us. We are a Tiger. We get a nice shot into the General as well when he was coming over. We don't want to start taking hits from this General, because this General is healthy. Not healthy, sorry. This General has obviously that 3-shot clip, and it will start wrecking our day pretty damn quickly. When we're in this position, we just got to be mindful, because obviously anyone could be along the 1 line and be at like C1, D1, and then they could get shots at us here. Also, obviously the people along this ridge line will start getting shots at us. So when we're going over to poke to shoot someone, we're just keeping our eye on everything that's going off. Our own Lynx has gone into the bowl, so well, unfortunately with the Lynx, it's not got the best view range, so he needs to actually go in, ready to spot anyone. But he's doing a job, and actually he is going in. And there we go, he ends up spotting the object 416, which we're going to start trying to pump some shots into, because we don't want that 416 to go unspotted with only 1 or 2 shots put in, because it is a very, very stealthy tank, and that would not be good for us, because, again, he could probably fire at us quite a few times without us spotting. But you know what, actually, I think I've got about 480 meters view range with optics and all the crew skills and stuff like that on this tank. So it's like, okay, you know what, I'm going to take the bolt. I'm going to take the bolt and see if I can spot everything or anything that's sat at the back down there along the 1-2 and help the team out. So we get over here, we get the shot into the T-34-85M. That's another gun out of the game. That AMX M449, the HMH version, is in a little bit of an awkward spot. He gets attacked by the AMD, but unfortunately we can't quite get over to get a shot. But the 416 does fire at us, and we do spot him up, which is quite nice. We're just looking to see if we can get another shot into him, which we do get in, but he gets unspotted. The Tiger P back there as well shot us, which is kind of sad, but is what it is. We're in an awkward scenario because we've got guys on the right that can shoot us if we poke too much, especially if we're trying to spot the guys at A1, 2, 3. And if we try and poke to shoot these guys in front of us, the Lynx and the HMH, we're going to get shot by the guys on the A1, 2, 3. So we're in a bit of an awkward scenario. We have 376 hit points, which means we can take a hit from either the Tiger P or the 416, but we can't take a hit from both of them at the same time. That would be game over. And we're having a decent game so far. We're up to 3.1k damage, 945 assistance. So we just got to bide our time. Look what the team is doing. Look what our team is. They've got no one left on the other side of the map. So like we're looking at the minute, we're just waiting to see what our team does. Hopefully they'll push over and they'll be able to start spotting them. And that's why as well, they'll start distracting, which is the other thing we want. We want them to start being the focus of the enemy's attention, and that way we can start being more aggressive, which is what's happening. Our team's coming over, so it's like, okay, you know what? Now's the time. We're going to get rid of the links, and we're going to push over towards this OI so we can use his dead wreck as cover for our tank. We know where both of them are, so we can use this guy's dead tank, like I say, to block shots for us. The Tiger P starts to come over to try and get a shot. Unfortunately, we missed the shot there on him, but he doesn't get to shoot us, which is nice. Fully aiming the shot on the 416 nearly. I don't know where it went. I think it might have gone underneath, but RNG just said, ha, lol. No. And unfortunately, we didn't get to quite finish off that 416, but we did finish the game with a victory. 3 kills, nearly 3.7k damage, 963 assistance, ace tanker, the high caliber, the Confederate, 1885 base XP. A nice game for the tank when it's in a tier 8 game. I'd say the Tiger 1 Hammer, it's a pretty decent heavy tank. It's a pretty decent Tiger tank. There's better Tigers out there, but most people should know how this tank performs and how it handles, because most people have earned it by now. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.